In a world that demands creativity quickly, the line between inspiration and execution is getting thinner every day. You don't have hours to wrestle with timelines or color grades. Your ideas need to move now. That's where AI-powered video editors come in. They don't replace your creativity, they amplify it. Today, we're looking at the best AI-powered video editors you should try. Premiere Pro is the workhorse that bakes AI into the jobs you repeat every day. So, you shave hours off a project without reinventing your workflow. Text-based editing turns footage into an editable transcript. Highlight lines and Premiere builds the timeline for you. It is gold for interviews, tutorials, explainer voiceovers, and multicam talks. It's not just a gimmick. Being able to jump into any sentence, split takes, and ripple delete dead air by editing text changes how fast you reach a coherent rough cut. Auto reframe analyzes motion and keeps subjects centered as you create 9x16 and 1x1 versions from a 16x9 master. So shorts, reels, TikTok deliverables become a button press, not a day of keyframing. Enhanced speech pulls clear forward dialogue out of echoey rooms and traffic hum. Used lightly, it beats stacking denoisers, EQ, and gates. Scene edit detection rebuilds cuts from a flattened file, perfect for re-editing screen recordings or client exports, while color match and autotone give you a sane starting point for B-roll. Practical tips: do transcripts first, then a quick text trim. Then, move to the timeline for pacing and reaction shots. Apply enhanced speech sparingly, and pin lower third anchors before running auto reframe so titles don't drift. If you already use After Effects and Photoshop, Premiere's AI feels like grease in the gears. It's quiet, reliable, and always saves you a few steps. Resolve Studio is the benchmark for finishing quality, and its neural engine is tuned for surgical accuracy. Magic Mask isolates people, faces, clothing, or features with a few paint strokes, turning powerful roto into an adjustable qualifier you can track across a scene. Object tracking is superb for stabilizing tricky shots or attaching windowed grades to moving elements. AI-assisted spatial and temporal noise reduction can reduce high ISO or older sensor footage without the plasticky smear you get from blunt denoisers. Huge for doc shooters, wedding filmmakers, and run-and-gun creators. Voice isolation lifts speech out of HVAC rumble and city noise, and the speech-to-text tools means you can rough-cut interviews based on transcripts before moving into color and mix. Because Resolve unifies edit, VFX graphics, color, and audio, you keep quality high without round-tripping through multiple apps. Here's some practical tips. Grade last. Use a neutral temp to preview. Apply Ultra NR or Temporal NR lightly and only after you lock exposure. Let Magic Mask do the heavy lifting. Then refine with qualifiers and finish with a subtle DS and bus compression in Fairlight so your dialogue feels broadcast tight. If your reputation depends on skin tones, clean noise handling, and rock-solid tracking, Resolve's AI saves time while protecting image integrity. Final Cut Pro leans into Apple Silicon speed and machine learning that just works. Smart Conform reframes widescreen footage into vertical or square while keeping faces and key action centered, which is perfect for creators who master once and publish everywhere. Voice isolation is a one-slider fix for moderate noise, paired with loudness and a gentle limiter. You get presentable dialogue without third-party chains. Shot matching and balanced color normalize B-roll quickly, and the magnetic timeline makes roughing in selects feel fluid, since skimming, trimming, and rippling are simply faster here. Because FCP is deeply optimized for Apple hardware, you'll get real-time playback and quick exports, even on a MacBook Air, which makes the AI helpers feel like accelerators instead of effects you need to babysit. Here's some practical tips. Cut the 16x9 master first, then duplicate the project and apply Smart Conform for 9x16 and 1x1. Lock graphic-safe areas with transform anchors before reframing. Keep voice isolation below obvious artifacting and follow with a light channel EQ and limiter. Use roles to keep dialogue, music, and SFX organized for painless tweaks. If you're a solo Mac creator who wants speed from card to upload, Final Cut's machine learning assists, plus a healthy ecosystem of templates, titles, and titles deliver pro results with minimal friction. Descript flips editing on its head. Your transcript becomes the interface, import footage, auto-transcribe, and then delete tangents, ums, and long pauses by selecting text. The video timeline updates instantly, so your rough cut emerges at the speed of reading. For presenters who flub a brand name or stumble mid-take, voice repair or overdub with consent and a trained voice lets you type the fix and regenerate a word or phrase rather than re-recording. Studio Sound gives realistic denoise and de-reverb that's especially helpful for laptop mic zooms, founder updates, online courses, and talking head explainers. Auto captions and easy templates simplify social versions, and you can publish directly or export an XML or EDL to finish in Premiere or Resolve with motion graphics and color. Here's some practical tips. Do a text-only pass first to find the spine of the story. Save a version before bulk removing filler words, because sometimes they help rhythm. After Studio Sound, add a light EQ and compressor for warmth, and use scene cards and templates to standardize lower thirds and chapter breaks. If your content is 80% dialogue, such as tutorials, interviews, webinars, and podcasts with video, Descript is the fastest way to a coherent cut, and it plays nicely with traditional NLEs for final polish. Runway is your creative lab for generative video that actually fits into real-world edits. Beyond a simple timeline, you get text-to-video and image-to-video generation, background replacement without a green screen, and video in painting to remove mics, signs, or passerby. Let's talk about some of the pragmatic wins. You can extend a shot by a couple of seconds for better pacing, generate stylized B-roll plates to bridge ideas, mock up surreal transitions for pitches, or create concept footage when a reshoot is impossible. Modern models deliver better motion consistency and fewer glitches, especially if you keep generation short, add motion blur, and match grade and grain to your live-action footage. Here's a few practical tips. Treat generative shots like art directable stock. Storyboard your prompts, render short, iterative clips rather than long sequences. Composite in your main NLE with blend modes, masks, and a dedicated color pass, and keep sound design grounded so the AI insert feels intentional. Runway won't replace a full NLE, but as a companion for bold visuals and impossible cutaways, it can elevate a sequence without blowing your budget. CapCut has evolved from a mobile meme maker to a shockingly capable AI-first platform for short-form. Auto captions, translations, aggressive silence detection, and background removal mean you can turn a raw talking head into a polished short in minutes. Auto Reframe pumps out platform-native versions, 9x16, 1x1, with subject tracking. Beat sync aligns cuts to music for snappy pacing, and social native templates keep fonts, motion, and design consistent across a team. The browser version makes collaboration painless, so marketers, editors, and talent can all contribute without passing heavy project files around. Here's some practical tips. Record clean, high-contrast subjects if you plan on background removal. Set a brand kit for fonts and colors. Then, clone templates for your series. Spot check auto captions for names and technical terms, and trim hard to 45 to 60 seconds for retention on shorts and reels. CapCut won't replace Resolve for finishing or Premiere for complex timelines, but if your strategy is volume, its AI automations multiply output without multiplying workload. Veed is a browser-first editor designed for collaboration, captioning, and localization at scale. Its AI auto subtitles with reliable punctuation translates captions into dozens of languages and removes fillers to tighten pacing, perfect for repurposing webinars, AMAs, and podcasts into stackable clips. Clean Audio does a credible single check denoise for typical office and room tone, while brand kits lock fonts, colors, and lower thirds so non-editors can create on-brand deliverables. Because it's cloud-based, you skip install friction and project handoffs. Teammates can review, comment, and export platform-specific presets without touching your master edit. Here's some practical tips. Define a universal caption style before batch work. Keep lines under 32 characters for readability on mobile. Build a reusable intro and outro template, and use the timeline markers to pre-plan multiple 20 to 40 second clips from one long recording. For social-first teams, Veed becomes a pragmatic hub. So, here's what you should do. Rough in Descript or Premiere, then caption, translate, and version at velocity inside the browser. Filmora aims for fast to finish, without feeling toy-level. Its AI copilot suggests edit actions contextually, while text-based editing speeds up dialogue-heavy sequences for creators who don't want to live on a timeline. Smart masking, motion tracking, and background removal simplify what used to require multiple plugins. Auto captions plus one-click audio cleanup help small teams publish polished promos under tight deadlines. A deep library of templates, transitions, and effects keeps branding consistent, even if not everyone on the team is an editing pro. For some practical tips, start from a template that matches your brand pace. Do a quick text edit to lock structure, then embellish with callouts and B-roll. Keep AI music beds low mix and looped cleanly under dialogue, and export a master plus social variants in one session to avoid drift. If you're newer to editing, or you need to deliver regular promos without learning node-based composing, Filmora's AI shortcut gets you from concept to client-ready quickly, while leaving room for tasteful tweaks. And that's a wrap. If any of these tools caught your eye, don't just save them for later. Pick one, try it on your next project, and see how it changes your workflow. You don't need to master them all, just find the one that fits how you like to create. If this list helped, give it a like, hit subscribe for more no-fluff creative tools, and drop a comment telling me which editor you're going to try first. Your next video's waiting, so go and make it!